Hello, this is Justin with GI Bow. Today I'm going to show you how to assemble our horse bow kit. The main part of your bow, the functioning part of your bow, is this specialty piece of fiberglass stock. It is actually all unidirectional. It has all the bend that you need, it'll never break. And when you assemble this kit, it'll come out at 50 pounds at 28 inches or thereabouts. There is some room for error up or down 2 or 3 pounds. You have your riser block, which will be marked for center, and then the 2 other anchor points. And you have your pair of sides that are tapered. Alright, after this is assembled, you can do some more refinements on the whole piece to lighten up the tips, increase your speed, etc. The first thing you're going to want to do is take your fiberglass core, which we've already sanded rough where the handle is going to be attached, and we've sanded rough where the tips are going to be attached. Alright, there'll be some marks on the back where you want to pre-drill your holes. This is a 9/32 drill bit, and we'll be using number 8 screws. Alright, so along these marks, you got 3. You want to do your center, and then your 2 side ones. Alright, then we're going to do our tip one. Step 1, holes are drilled. Now that our holes are drilled there, we're going to take the rough side, place it down. Alright, we're going to take this center hole and line it up with this center mark. We're going to drill a pilot hole for the other part. Make sure everything's lined up on the sides before you drill. I just did a small test mark to see if I was close and onto center. Alright, so that looks good. I'm not going all the way down, I'm going about halfway. Alright, then you have 2 more holes. Okay, now that our center hole and our 2 side holes have been drilled, I'm going to use the vise here, and I'm going to line up this mark with the top of the riser. I'm also going to try to line it up at the bottom. Center it as close to possible. I'm going to place this in the vise. Alright, I'm going to leave the center hole exposed, and I'm going to leave the other hole exposed. We'll get back to that. I'm going to tighten the vise down, making sure that the limbs and the handle riser are in line. Looking from this side, so now I'm going to tighten this down. Now that fiberglass core will follow the contour of the handle. Now we can get an accurate place to drill a hole here for our pilot hole, and the same on the bottom. Go ahead and put my bit back on, and we can anchor the center point down with a number 8 1-inch. Actually, it's a number 8 3/4 inch. I'm going to drop the torque setting down. Okay, and let's do the same thing with the top and the bottom. This is just a dry run to get our holes right. There you have it. There's the curve. Now, realistically, we're going to take this apart. We just wanted our holes lined up. And don't worry about these screws being in the way of your hand or anything, because when this is all wrapped up with leather, covered up, rounded out, you can't even feel them. They get covered up in the design. If you don't like it, you can always just laminate a strip of wood over it if you're not going to put leather on the handle. Alright, so let's move to the next step. The next step is to go ahead and secure your saya into a vise. Alright, and about 3/4 to 1 inch back is where we're going to want to attach the saya. We're just going to put one screw in there as a pivot point, all right, and the remainder of it's going to be wrapped with the super sinew that we have. So what I want to do is place the bow core, or the fiberglass core, onto the saya, flushing up the ends. I'm going to attach a little clamp, put on this side so you can see. Alright, and again, this is just to put a pilot hole in. Making sure it's lined up. And you're probably wondering about alignment. Alignment doesn't matter right now, and I'll show you the trick to that. So I'm going to go ahead and drill partially through. And since we're here, before I move on to the other one, I'll just throw this screw in there to hold it in place. Okay. Now essentially you will have a piece that will pivot to the left or the right. That's how you'll get your alignment, and I'll show you the key to that. Let's go ahead and do the next one. Okay, we're lined up for this one. I'm going to go ahead and double check my alignment to a point. Alright, there we have it. We have the piece that is now in place. The basics are pretty simple. Alright, so we're going to go on and move to the next step.